Hey everyone, and welcome to another cast by HD Phoenix. This is game 2 of the semi-finals in the Singapore Starcraft League November. And last game, actually, aLtOxygeN put out a lot of heavy pressure, and essentially SwEEt succumbed to it. He lost a lot of drones early on, and it really hurt his economy. And then he made I would say a questionable choice. He didn't have speed for his zerglings, but he continued to make zerglings, and they just basically fell to the mass marine Hellion push with siege tank support. But it is SwEEt's choice of map, and he has chosen Scrap Station. And the reason why Scrap Station is so good for zergs is because of this massive long rush distance. If you look on the minimap where my cursor is, it takes forever for a marine to run over, and it gives the zerg a lot of warning time. It allows him to get his natural very early, and also zergs really favor mutalisks on this map. And look at the air rush distance between these two bases. You're actually able to see both bases on one screen. So this is actually a very calculated choice by SwEEt. I really do like it. If you are at a disadvantage, which he is, dropping one game to aLtOxygeN, then you should definitely pick the map that you love the most, you are very comfortable in, and this is every zerg's favorite map. So another thing that's really good about this map is it's extremely hard for Terran to wall off. If you look at this choke, it is huge. Now, on the last map that we played, Delta Quadrant, the choke was really small, about half the size of this choke. But as you can see, aLtOxygeN is already forced to drop a supply depot to wall off, and this will be susceptible to a Bailing's bus. And even if he drops another production facility here, either a factory, but knowing aLtOxygeN is most likely going to be a factory. Did I just say factory twice? I was going to say it's going to be might be a barracks, but knowing aLtOxygeN is going to be a factory. And we're going to see, is it a factory? No, that's just going to scout. But yeah, I mean, even with that other building here, you're still going to need another supply depot just to wall it off, and it's really frustrating for a Terran. And yeah, just watch for SwEEt to go for this offensive pressure style and see if he's going to be able to Bailing buzz aLtOxygeN. But look at that, SwEEt is going to go for, once again, a very economical build, 15 hatch, 14 pool, and aLtOxygeN is just going to play standard. aLtOxygeN hasn't even scouted. I guess this is a very late scout, but the thing is I guess he's confident enough that, okay, you know, the zerg's not gonna try any cheese because it's a very long rush distance. I can hold off a 9 pool, I can even hold off a 7 pool, so I don't even have to really early scout. And there we go, we do have the factory by aLtOxygeN, very standard play by him. And the thing is, a lot of people look at aLtOxygeN's play and he's like, oh, it's just a 1-1-1. Well, I haven't actually ever seen anyone play a 1-1-1 like aLtOxygeN, like really just make units in your face with pressure. Usually a lot of times is people try to use the 1-1-1 to, you know, do a little bit of harassment, but never really with the intensity of what aLtOxygeN does. So it's really good to see the way he plays, and it's going to really come up to SwEEt to see if he's going to be able to not only defend against aLtOxygeN's offensive style, but make a counterattack. Because oftentimes what aLtOxygeN would do is he does, well, it's not all-inish, but it's very risky maneuvers, because he basically makes an army, he leaves nothing behind, and he throws it all into the enemy forces. If for whatever reasons he does lose his entire force, then his base is basically naked. So that can do a lot of damage. And actually SwEEt is going to throw down that Roach Warren very early, most likely anticipating Hellions, and he is right on the money because of the Overlord scouting, and the Overlord is going to limp back home. Just a little bit of a life loss off him, but he knows they are once again going to be Hellions. And again, the distance between the main base and the natural is really long. I really do like SwEEt getting this spine crawler here. I would actually like not to see it inject lava, but actually a creep tumor, so he can spread the creep down here. So he can put his spine crawlers here, maybe stuff an evo chamber here, spine, put a queen, maybe another building here, and then see if he can choke it off against the Hellions. But here comes the Hellions. Looking on the harvester count, SwEEt does have a very healthy count. He does have 3 workers more than aLtOxygeN, but the thing is running your workers away makes them go in a conga line, and actually these drones are doing taking a lot of damage. Yeah, there we go. They are really close, and SwEEt is trying to save it to make an extractor, but not really. These Hellions have a huge amount of, I want to say crap a load of kills. They have 7 kills between them, and look at that. SwEEt is now 6 harvesters down. He is continuing to make roaches just defend against this Hellion harass. But the thing is the economic damage has been done. These Hellions have paid for themselves. 4 Hellions taking down 7 drones is really good, and basically any other drones these Hellions are going to be able to kill is just going to be gravy, because this is just doing so much. There's going to be 2 more. Yeah, there we go. One more drone going down. 2 more drones. That brings up the drone kill count up to 10. And SwEEt, yeah, that SwEEt does a very nice micro. He does snipe off the weak Hellion. This Hellion is going to go down. There's only 1 Hellion left. This Hellion is not going to do very much, but the thing is those Hellions have bought aLtOxygeN enough time, and interestingly enough, we see aLtOxygeN not transiting into Banshees, but he's transiting into Vikings. This is actually a slight variant of the aLtOxygeN build, because these are basically just going to go out and hunt overlords, and what you want to do is, you know that your opponent is very, very low on harvesters, and the last thing you want the zerg to be doing is making more drones. So what if you do, if you're able to snipe out these overlords, and look at SwEEt. SwEEt is really, really close to the food count. He's actually food capped right now. He's food locked. So sniping out any forms of overlords, especially sniping out this overlord, it's going to put him under supply, and it's going to really, really hurt him, because right now he's not going to be able to afford making overlords when really he should be making. He really should be making more units, but it actually looks like SwEEt's making a very, very interesting move. He is going to go all in the sense he knows he's behind. He is 23 over 27, and that may not seem like a lot, but believe me, if you are a zerg, you never ever want to be behind in economy, because it really hurts you so bad. Food for food, unit for unit, zergs are weaker than their counterparts. So you really need to outmass and zerg your opponents, basically. But this is going to be an interesting unit composition. They are marauders, and they do very well against roaches, but there are a lot of zerglings to tank for them. The roaches actually need to come up and focus fire these marauders. SwEEt is doing a good job in microing them, but there are a lot of marauders coming out, and I don't think these marauders, these roaches were not micro. They were not hitting the marauders, they were hitting the SCVs instead, and I don't think aLtOxygeN lost that many harvesters. Yes, he's still 27 over 20, and SwEEt calls GG. What a short game. Once again, aLtOxygeN putting on very, very strong offensive pressure, and I guess SwEEt really felt that he had to end the game now, because he was really behind. He did a tech switch. He was going roaches, but then he needed the banelings to do the bus, so he got the banelings nest. He did spend a huge amount of gas. Remember, every single baneling you make costs 25 gas, and a roach costs 25 gas too. Yes, they cost more minerals, but a roach only costs 25 more minerals, same gas. And for SwEEt to make that kind of a tech switch this early in the game, when you have a harvester disadvantage, is very risky. He basically went all in, and he needed to get his banelings into the mineral line, but most of his banelings were used on the marauders, and aLtOxygeN was able to hold off. And once he was able to hold off, SwEEt knew he had to throw in the towel. But what a valiant of the game, and wow, what kind of offensive pressure by aLtOxygeN. He does move on to the grand finals, and I guess I'll cast that game next. So it's going to be Infi Revenant versus aLtOxygeN. If you guys like my cast, I just got a brand new mic, and I think it sounds amazing. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to me. Make sure you support StarCraft 2 on the C servers. And I'll see you guys next time. See you in the next game. HD Phoenix, signing out.